Greetings, this is a Sample Sunday and it is a follow-up on the sample boxes that I receive. I get the sample boxes, I do the openings, and I show them in a Postman Cometh video, but you sometimes don't get to see what I really liked after I used it. So this will be a video that focuses on those products that stood out for me in some way. Some of them I've already ordered, some of them I might order. I'm certainly thinking very, very strongly about it. So I wanted to share just those products. I made some notes and I want to go through them. The first thing I'm going to start with is the All Natural Face. Now this is a bit of a cheat because this wasn't properly a sample service. However, they are starting a monthly sample service. I did subscribe. It will be $15 a month. It will only have their products, All Natural Face products, and free shipping. So $15 a month, free shipping, All Natural Face products. What I first wanted to talk about was their foundation sampler service. For $4.60, you can get every foundation shade they make in your range. My range was pale to medium. So they are here and they come in these little baggies. I was just noticing as I was going through my foundation that my skin has changed shades again. So I got out this morning and I pulled these out and I started sampling them. It has just about every shade I can imagine, which is really, really useful. Whereas before I was going with more yellow tones and those were matching my skins, those are no longer matching my skin. I'm noticing that I look at my skin and it looks yellow or a bit orange. It's just not quite right. What I went ahead and did was put this on to see where I am now. Two color families stand out for me. One is the porcelains. They have porcelains 1 to 3 that I can think of. They might even go one shade darker. What I really like about this is even though I'm extremely white, I can actually get a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than my foundation. Today I noticed that I am Ivory Rose, which is their 3rd porcelain shade. And so it is mostly white with just a touch of pink. And then I can go Porcelain Goddess around the eyes. The other shade that worked for me, oddly enough, is Olive, which is for people with yellow-green undertones. And they describe that as a cool, warm foundation. This actually doesn't surprise me because I'm Portuguese and my sisters are actually very dark-skinned. Our complexions kind of range from uber pale, that's me. My brother's a little bit darker, but still probably I'd say medium. I have another sister who's kind of medium, and then a sister who's very dark. And yes, we're all biological siblings. I can get Olive Warmer, which is the number 3 in the olive tones, and then I can get Olive Pale for the concealer. For $1.75, you could try all their concealers. But I think what I'm going to try and do is just use foundation and use it in a lighter shade, because I can actually go 2 shades lighter on my under eye, which is totally exciting. And I tried one time using their pigments and making my own concealer, and that worked in terms of shade. It even worked in terms of coverage. It just didn't work in terms of longevity. So I'm going to go ahead and give maybe those a try. I am trying to get through a project concealer and foundation pan, but those are some that are on my list. Now their foundations come in 2 formulations. One is the dry, and I've tried those and those are fine. I am leery at this time of year of using powder foundations. I will use these once the weather improves, which for me means humidity. Once I have humidity, I can use these mineral foundations, and since I don't need to be preserved and since I can mix the shades and do various things with them, I like these as an option. They also have a liquid foundation. I haven't tried that, but I think I'm going to. I think it's $13.50 roughly in there, $13.50, so good price. Cream foundations have to be preserved. Once you go from this format, which doesn't have to have a preservative, to a liquid or a cream foundation, you are in the land of preservatives. They use a combination of preservatives. They use potassium sorbate, which has some dicey issues, but they're using it in really low percentages and in food grade concentrations, and it is one that they have a long track record on, and we know it's relatively safe. As preservatives go, potassium sorbate used in these kind of low food grade levels is maybe, okay. I wouldn't layer it and I wouldn't use it a whole lot, but it's certainly a lot safer from what we know than say parabens or phenoxyethanol. So there you go. The other thing, it does have zinc oxide, so it does have some sun protection built into it. But I haven't tried the liquid foundations yet. When I do, I will let you know how I like those. Even if you weren't going to use their products, it is worth it to get these to see what works on your skin, so that when you go out foundation shopping, you know roughly what kind of shade you're working in, what category, what works on your skin, what doesn't work on your skin. And the nice thing about these pigments is you can put on a good thick swatch, so you will know instantly whether it is working with your skin, like standing out, or whether you go, even with that big old swatch, it's blending in. So the first shout out is for the All Natural Face Foundation Sampler. For under $6 plus shipping, to get all of these shades is just a boon. It's fantastic, and it's really useful for someone like me who changes shades so much over the course of the year. This is something I can just kind of calibrate with. Super cool. Second shout out is for their new monthly subscription service, and I'll let you know how that is. Can't say how it is yet because I haven't seen it. Right, it's brand new. And the third shout out is for their all natural vegan primer, eye primer, and I like that. I know several other people use that and talk about that, and that's a nice little primer, so it's worth it. It's reasonable. All their products are reasonable, and I like that a lot. That's kind of where I am with the All Natural Face. I'm really glad to have discovered it, and I think it has a lot of good options.